So, to all my Bitcoin holders out there that is in fact watching this video right now, is it time to sell Bitcoin, right? Is it time to cash out? That's exactly what I want to talk about in today's video. So, before we get into this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. And let's begin, right? So Bitcoin right now, guys, okay, it's still holding up pretty well this morning. Okay, it's still at $23,000. It's still holding up above 23K, just above 23K. Okay, but today, guys, Bitcoin and majority of altcoins today are in fact dropping, having a slight drop. So it is in fact a red day. Okay, but nothing too crazy. Okay, we are in fact seeing some slight drops today, but nothing too major at all. Okay, everything is still holding up really, really well. Okay, but there are in fact a lot of altcoins out there having a slight drop for the past 24 hours, which is fine. Okay, because yesterday we saw that everything was in fact pumping, right? Was in fact having a decent pump up. A lot of altcoins were in fact pumping, over 5%, even some, 7 to 8%, right? So yesterday was obviously a great day. Okay, we did in fact have a decent pump up. So today it's understandable to see, majority of these altcoins to have a drop, right? You guys can see Ethereum is dropping over 1% today. Cardano pretty much 3%, right? Solana pretty much 2%, Polkadot 3%, right? Same with Avalanche, okay? Uniswap 4%, okay? Chainlink 2%, Cosmos 3%. So you guys can see that a fair few altcoins are in fact having a slight drop. Nothing too crazy though, right? And guys, check this out. If you guys haven't seen yesterday's video, you should definitely check it out. But yesterday, the Fin Greed Index was in fact in neutral. Today, it's in greed. Okay, and I said, okay, in yesterday's video, it's been a while since the Fin Greed Index was showing greed, because we all know how much Bitcoin has dropped, how much, just cryptocurrency has dropped, okay, especially last year in 2022, because we were obviously in a bear market, in which we still are, right? But this index right now, okay, is in fact showing greed. You guys can see that right now at 55. Yesterday, like I said, it was in fact in neutral, okay, and the day before that, it was in fact in greed. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen yesterday's video, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, it's good to see the index right in greed, right? Because it's been a really long time for us to see that word greed, because majority of the time, right, we have been seeing fear and of course extremely fear, right? Because we were in fact all the way down here, you know what I mean, to like orange and red and whatnot, right? So you guys can see right now it's in greed. Yesterday was in neutral, last week was in neutral, and last month was in fact in fear. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of heavy buying right now, okay, in Bitcoin, especially for the past few weeks because of how much Bitcoin has obviously pumped up, right? We all know that how much Bitcoin has obviously skyrocketed. You guys can clearly see that, and this is obviously amazing to see. And obviously this pump right here, guys, okay, for us to see Bitcoin back up above $20,000 was really unexpected, in my opinion, right? I think a lot of people was not expecting Bitcoin to pump up this much, especially at the beginning of 2023, because we know, right, 2022 was a really bad year for Bitcoin, okay, and just cryptocurrency in general. And not just crypto, also like stocks, you know what I mean? Like the stock market was really bad, right? Inflation was going crazy. The whole, economy is not looking too good. That's why a lot of these markets have crashed, right? But you guys can clearly see, okay, when we had this drop back in November, okay, Bitcoin was in fact stuck between $16,000 to $17,000 for a few months, okay, and then obviously just recently Bitcoin absolutely broke out of that and just absolutely pumped up, right? You guys can clearly see that. So now it's way above 20K, right? And I feel like this pump, okay, was really unexpected. This whole thing right here was really unexpected in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me, right? So is it time to cash out? Is it time to sell your Bitcoin? Well, you guys will, if you guys have been watching my videos, okay, you guys will probably already know my answer. And that answer is No, right now, okay, if we really zoom out, you guys can clearly see that, yes, okay, we are still down a lot, even though, yeah, Bitcoin for the past few weeks now have, in fact, been pumping and it's been holding up pretty well. You guys can clearly see that, right? Bitcoin is, in fact, forming a new pattern in a way, okay, from this falling wedge that we have, in fact, been having, right? You guys can clearly see that. And it recently just broke out. You guys can clearly see that, right? So, yes, this looks like Bitcoin is in fact forming a new pattern, and it looks like, we are in fact going to be, running back up to, the bull market and break out of this bear market that we're currently in right now. But I told you guys as many times that is not going to happen right now during this time. No way in hell. Okay, like it's just way too early, right? The entire economy still is not looking too good. So I just don't see how Bitcoin can potentially keep pumping up and pumping back up to the bull markets, right? So I don't think, guys, it's going to happen this year in 2023, but I can say this, obviously in 2024, I think 100% that is when the next crypto bull market will in fact happen, because that's when the next Bitcoin halving is going to happen. Once that does in fact happen, Bitcoin's obviously going to absolutely skyrocket, same with altcoins, right? So I'm telling you this right now, right? Do not sell. Do not panic sell. Okay, do not cash out, even though, yes, Bitcoin has in fact pumped up. I know for a fact, a lot of you guys that are in fact watching this video right now buy and invest and accumulate into Bitcoin. Okay, you guys are in fact investors into Bitcoin, right? I know that for a fact. And you guys, okay, are probably still down from your investments, even though, yes, we are in fact seeing Bitcoin, having this pump up for the past few weeks, like I said. But I know for a fact, okay, that you guys are in fact still down from your investments with Bitcoin. Okay, you're still down because maybe you bought Bitcoin at, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, maybe even $60,000, right? I know for a fact you guys are still down from your investments in Bitcoin. Do not sell. I'm telling you this right now. Bitcoin will eventually climb back up and go back up to its previous all-time highs, which is like $68,000 to $69,000. That's really possible in my eyes, right? So obviously, okay, do not panic sell, right? Like it's really, really, really simple. Do not cash out. Do not panic sell. Don't do any of that. Simply just buy more. Okay, this is still the accumulation stage, guys. Okay, I think right now is still a great time to buy more Bitcoin. And I told you guys as many times, buying Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was way below 20K, buying Bitcoin anywhere, lower than 20K, whether it's 19K, 18K, 17K, 16K, is a great buy, especially if you're investing for long term, right? You guys have to understand that. Okay, you always got to think, in my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. You always got to think, if you're investing into Bitcoin, right? You always got to think long term with your investments in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is obviously store of value. It will eventually, reach $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million, and millions of dollars. And of course, I'm talking about the future, right? Like down in the future, decades from now, okay, tens and years from now, right? But I really do believe, 2025, 2030 is going to be a great year for Bitcoin. We're going to see Bitcoin over 100K easily. It's going to be at like hundreds and thousands of dollars and potentially $1 million per Bitcoin. So I'm telling you this right now, invest. This is not financial advice, obviously. Okay, so always do your own research. But I'm telling you this right now, when I see Bitcoin dropping back down to 12 to 10K, because I've been saying that many times, right, for this year in 2023, when I see Bitcoin reach below price targets, I'm going all in. I'm going all in Bitcoin when Bitcoin reaches these low price targets. Even if I see Bitcoin at 14K, I'm buying 100%. That's a steal, especially if I'm investing for long term, right? So guys, I don't think it's the time to cash out. I know for a fact you guys are still down from your investments in Bitcoin, so don't sell. That's just it just boggles my mind how people, they invest into Bitcoin. Let's just say, this is just an example. Let's just say people invested in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at $50,000. Let's just say, okay, and Bitcoin drops all the way down to where it is now, which is pretty much 23K, right? And then they sell. They want to panic sell because they think they lost money. Guys, you lose money if you sell. If you press that sell button at a loss, then yes, you lost money. But, right, if you don't sell, if you don't panic sell and you just hold, right, and Bitcoin eventually goes back up, then technically, you didn't lose money, guys, because your money will come back. You know what I mean? Like, if you sell, if you press that sell button, then yes, you lost, right? Because you're pressing that sell button at a loss, right? You're down from your investments and you're selling, you're panic selling. Then yes, you lost money. That's how people lose money, guys, right? But if you're just down from your investments, guys, right, and you didn't panic sell, technically, you didn't lose any money. You're still holding, right? And eventually, Bitcoin will in fact bounce back up. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys here, right? So don't cash out. This is not the time to do that. I've been telling you guys this many times. I think personally, it's the time right now to pretty much dollar cost average. Invest into Bitcoin. Weekly, every 2 weeks, right? Fortnightly, every month. Monthly. It's really up to you, right? That's just my opinion, okay? Because Bitcoin will eventually, guys, right, go back up to its previous all-time highs, which is all the way up here, okay? It will eventually go back up there, okay? We're all the way down here right now, but I'm telling you guys right now, Bitcoin will eventually go back up to its previous all-time highs back in 2021 in November, okay? It will, mark my words, obviously, right? In the next bull market, I told you guys this many times, I see Bitcoin reaching $100,000 easily per Bitcoin, right? But if you look at the charts right here, guys, 2021 was a great year for Bitcoin. You guys clearly see that, right? It did not reach just one new all-time high, but two, right? So one right up here, and then it dropped, right? And then one right up here, okay? And I remember I was buying a lot of Bitcoins when this drop happened right here, okay? I was buying a lot right here. And then obviously it just pumped back up. And I should have sold, right? Looking at it now, I should have sold, but I didn't, okay? I was still holding and it dropped, right? So obviously, guys, I am down from my investments, okay? But I didn't sell. I haven't sold any of my Bitcoins, guys. I'm still buying, I'm still holding, I'm still accumulating. I'm thinking long term here, okay? And yes, right, in the next bull market, right, which is going to happen, next year or the year after that, right, 2024 to 2025, yes, I'm going to potentially take some profits, right? I just have to, okay? Because I know for a fact I'm going to be making some life-changing money, right? So I'm going to be taking some profits, right? I'm going to use that and reinvest it into other assets, right? So you're always going to try to move your money around and whatnot, right? You never really want to save money, yeah. You know what I mean? You always want to make your money work for you, right? Especially if you're young. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below if you guys are in fact, buying into Bitcoin, or if you guys are in fact, Bitcoin holders. What are you guys personally doing right now? Since Bitcoin has obviously spiked up, okay, we saw Bitcoin at $16,000 and now it's all the way up at 23K pretty much. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you guys personally doing, right? I told you guys what I'm doing, which is I'm still buying, I'm still holding, I'm still, accumulating, I'm still dollar cost averaging. What are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. And on that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.